whereas I had spent at least 2 years trying to get clients within 1 week of running the ads like Joel had shown me to run, of putting together the mini webinar like he had shown me to do. I had at least 20 highly qualified leads that had actually applied to speak with me on the phone. I'm Emily Stopper. I'm a dentist, a general dentist in North Carolina. About 3 years ago, I started really wanting to niche down into something that wasn't so um, dental related, some kind of little aspect of dentistry, but not so much the needles and injections. So I learned all about how dentists can treat sleep apnea. One of the wonderful things that I benefited from that was that my mother-in-law was helped so much. And in fact, a lot of family members that I didn't know had sleep apnea actually was able to treat. Dentists actually started reaching out to me to say, could you help me with do the same thing that you did in your practice? And so then I realized that this was a big issue and I should probably help other dentists do the same thing that I did. So from there, I created an online course, started selling it a little bit, mainly in person, not even online. The whole course was already finished, but I had a lot of trouble trying to get it out there in front of the right people at that point. And I'd really been looking for someone that would help me through this process, but didn't know who was the right person. And I feel like that's one of the tricky things when you're looking for help, but you don't know who has the right answer. I'd heard Joel Irway's podcast, and I'd heard his name mentioned by Russell Brunson. And so I was kind of intrigued, and I was sitting at my kitchen table, in fact, and I think I had actually listened to the webinar maybe a couple of times even. My concern was all the other courses I had taken prior to this one, and I'd never really gotten what I had hoped I would get. And I thought, I do have 3 kids at home, ages 3, 5, and 7. I'm also still working 2 days a week. My husband has said, I don't think that, why are you going to buy another course? If that's not going to work, then what's going to work? So I had all of these limitations running through my head, but just in the back of my mind, I thought, this is what's really going to push you to that next level. Everything that Joel was saying, though, it resonated with me. And I thought, this is what my clients need. This is what my audience needs. They don't want to sit there and listen to an hour-and-a-half long webinar. I really liked Joel's course because it took me step by step. Here's what you do first. Here's what you do next. Here's what it should look like. Here's a template. Follow this. And as long as I followed the step by step, that was exactly what I needed. That was what I was missing. And that's been the single most impactful thing that I've done to really see a huge change in the amount of sales and interest and leads in the shortest amount of time. Within 1 week of running the ads like Joel had shown me to run, of putting together the mini webinar like he had shown me to do, I had at least 20 highly qualified leads that had actually applied to speak with me on the phone. Looking back, if I hadn't signed up for his course, I just feel like I would have kept doing the same old thing and really not getting any traction. And I didn't want to be one of those people that just put all this course together and then, spent all this time and put so much energy into that and then just didn't let it go anywhere and didn't let it impact all the lives that it could have. The extra income has been great, just when you're able to say, do we want to take 2 weeks off and, go to the beach with the kids and just enjoy time together and just, disconnect from everything. It gives you more ability to do that and not so much worry about the paycheck part of that. Aside from the money and aside from what you can make financially, up to a certain point, I think the impact is what we all really want to have, and having a better legacy and show our children, show our families that, we can accomplish more than maybe even they thought we could.